All right, let's get back to work. Um, Today we're gonna talk with. I watched Access Hollywood last night. Yeah, everybody know Earl. Not everybody knows. No, that's not a real known fact. Um, uh, the J Lo thing they used to fuck with my head because we're very close in tribalism. Okay, because of my grandma's migration to Spain and then to Germany, right? And the Germans and the Spanish, they're at war. Oh, he's cute. He's the enemy, but he's nicer than you. My cousins all suck. They're macho. So you see what I'm saying? Okay. And a good guy steps away from selfishness and machoism, and he's the most gorgeous guy in the room. Okay. Doesn't matter if, oh, wow. Yeah. Because you ever done that with, I was raised in the Mormon church with a bunch of people that are Jack Mormons. They're nothing like Joseph Smith, the sweetheart that went and got revelation and prayer and got tarred and feathered 5 times for marrying a black man who was marrying a white woman because she loved Othello and shit like that, So, and you'll get it. And my poor dad to this day, because he's jealous of Joseph Smith. Because my dad won't get up and do the right thing. My dad, Johnny Freedom, Johnny Horton, the group. If you're looking for, it's our group. And I'm like, if Cochise isn't as good as David, something's wrong with you. Okay? If Sun Yat-sen's not as good as Jesus, something's wrong with you. If G.T. Suzuki's not as good of a person as Jesus, something is wrong with you. Okay? If Judah Krishnamurti's not as good as Muhammad, something's wrong with you. Why are you so dumb? Right? Okay? So it's like that. So you like that. And we're with Miss Lopez. The cross-motionization of tribalism is much more prevalent. Okay? With Miss Blige, Mary J. Blige, her and Angela Bassett, you can't help but have a big crush on those two dummies. Well, they have a lot of charm and they are like, Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons, and Lauryn Hill. You're just too good to be true. You can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like having to touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last, love is, look at the thighs and the hips on that girl. Okay, it's like, damn. Animalistic breeding hormones. I'm Big Bang Theory in here, right? And you can't help yourself, okay? It's nice to be physically attracted vehemently to the woman you have children with, okay? It's nice to be like Kenji Brown on Rolls Royce. I feel like a child on Christmas morning. Love must truly be a miracle. It's not love, it's sex, okay? But once you understand Pascal, right? Lord's Prayer first. Solomon and David's Israel first. Muhammad's Mecca first. Then love, okay? Okay? Otherwise, you bumping uglies in hell and then going, I need to learn to love myself. How can you love yourself when no one is living the Lord's Prayer? Okay, you can't even love other people properly when you can, because they will kill you. They will hunt you down. They will rot your balls off. They will be jealous of your sexual reputation. And I had a good sexual, yes, I did. Okay, and I only had sex like 3 months in my whole life. I'm not even exaggerating. Well, because my sisters accused me of being a sexual deviant and a pervert, which they always did, Guys are sexual deviants and perverts. Now we women are romantic. It's like you sleep around on your boyfriends and I have a girlfriend. I try to be faithful and then they act like you and we're not living the Lord's Prayer. That's the problem there. There it is. It's solved. Everybody get your gyms from Taxis TV out of your house and start loving each other. All right. I need grandbabies, damn it, right? And so you guys understand that, right? Okay, so it's not hard. It's not hard, And I connected Joseph Smith real good in prayer today. Again, went over and told Dad, and he glared at me and gave me a dirty look, right? And he does the same thing when I talk about my mom being a good person. Okay. He glares at me and gives me dirty looks. She screwed around on me and she was a bitch. She wanted to leave the marriage and you wouldn't let her leave. If you found somebody new, you would tell her, Marianne, which she did. He found Molly. He came back and told Marianne, the marriage is over. I found somebody else I want to have sex with. I thought we were working on the marriage. Nope. Okay. It had to be his. If he did it, it's because he had had enough of her. If she did it, it's because she was a cheating bitch. All right? I'm like, oh, that's just wrong. No. If you both have screwed up the relationship, then you both take equal responsibility for the screw up. That's what mom did. I screwed up, but I went out. Okay? And he didn't want to let her out until he could have an out. My wives were that way too. And I just told, Steffi, I just told her, we got to get a divorce. Well, because we're miserable and we're going to make Patrick miserable. We already make Patrick miserable. It wasn't Steffi's fault. It was the Pentagon. Okay. And that's why when I was sitting there watching that stuff last night with Mary J. Blige, she goes, my life's been hell. It's like, are you serious? Oh, wow. So it must have sucked when your husband was fucking all the women at Fort Huachuca on underground chat rooms and telling everybody how much better the sex was with the women at Fort Huachuca than it was with his fat wife, right? Who's useless and has a skank-ass pussy, right? Must have sucked. Everybody in town watched it and laughed at you, huh? And you could kill everybody with your bare hands, but you didn't because you wanted to make sure the kids were loved and lived the Lord's Prayer. Life's been hell for you, huh? Wow. They say that all the time on TV right in front of me. Like, your life has been as big of and just as disastrous and abusive, aggressive hell as mine. Well, let's live the Lord's Prayer now. Come on, Savior. And you're like sitting there telling people, he's such an arrogant son of a bitch. He thinks he's Jesus and he thinks he's God. Jesus never said he was God. Okay? If Jesus is God, like Andy Stanley says, and Jesus doesn't like you, okay, then Jesus is Andy Stanley and Jesus is an asshole. Right? Because if God doesn't like you, you die in the Holocaust. Okay? If God doesn't like you, your children get picked up and put into a boat and then turned into property for people that will rape them and mutilate them if they don't obey their God, Jesus. Right? Right? If Jesus is God, Jesus sucks because he gave us Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Remember that guy in Sierra Vista? Good Lord gave us nuclear energy. I think we ought to leave it. Oh, good Lord gave us nuclear energy. We'll put all the nuclear waste in your backyard. He changed his tone real quick. Okay? Hitler and Roosevelt gave us nuclear energy. You think Hitler and Roosevelt are Jesus Christ? NASA ain't God, bitch. Shut up. Okay? God's omniscient, omnipotent, and the essence of the glory of God provides natural laws for us to love each other, to sustain our lives of sacrifice, and praise God and love one another. Okay? How hard is that? I'm kicking the Pascal out of your triangle ass. You understand? Wager? Huh? So, you understand? So, when I'm done here, I'm probably going to be friends with, because I'm tired of them telling me, I hate all these people. I'm probably going to be friends with Jennifer Lopez, Janet Jackson, and Mary J. Blige. Okay. And Angie Meanie Bassett. Yeah. She's married, so it'll be cool. It's like, she doesn't even flirt with me. Thank you, Courtney. I love you too. You're a meanie. You're a meanie. Okay. I love you too. Okay, bye. All right. So it'll be fun. You can do that because if you have to pick one from the herd, okay, I could say I got to marry Mary J. Blige, right? Okay, and we all get together and have a good time. And Angie and Jenny start flirting with me. It's like, Mary gonna kick your ass. You know that, right? Oh, you made them do it to I don't need to be tested. Everybody knows. You all think this shit is funny, huh? You want me to take a tube of toothpaste and shove it in your rectum? That's horrible. I know. It's a form of sodomy. It happened to my friend Paul Ponce from Andy Segovia in the locker room at Las Cruces High School. It's assault. Sexual assault? No. Why? Because Andy didn't put his penis in Paul's ass. He put toothpaste in his ass. Okay. Paul didn't have a vagina. Okay. Do you understand? If Andy had shoved toothpaste into one of y'all's vagina, it would have been sexual assault. It was just assault. Why do you guys keep considering the rectum a sex organ? It's not. Do babies come out of the rectum? If you put your penis into the rectum, do babies come out? No. Okay. All right. So you're saying mouth to penis is not sexual assault. It's just this, it is sexual assault because you're putting the penis, which is the sex organ, into someone's mouth in prison. Blood in, blood out. Oh, shit, they're stupid. It's, okay, let's take the Clintons and teach them legalese and get Ginsburg in the room so she can figure shit out. Oh, Abraham me this and Solomon me that. Do you understand? Okay. Somebody shoves a shovel handle in ancient France's young man's rectum. He didn't sexually assault him, he assaulted him. Okay? Sexual assault would be if those Nazis shoved their penis into his ass. And he would have said, this is great, death by bonga, right? You don't think so? You ever seen Out of Sight with Jennifer Lopez and George Clooney? The religion from the garbage pan. It's a mad, mad world we're living in. We're living in a sad, sad world we're living in. When Bruce is now Caitlyn, and Kylie and Kendall don't have a dad anymore because he was destroyed because he couldn't stand up for the Lord's Prayer with me back in the day. I don't think he knows who I am. I don't think any of these people know who I am. I think they should know who I am. They'd be living the Lord's Prayer yesterday. We wouldn't have to sit around listening to people sing Beatles tunes as a cover to pay their bills at the casinos. Tell me you love me for 1,000,000 years. And if it don't work out, then you can tell me goodbye, right?